Mark is killing it. But I got a dilemma right now in the business, and it's myself and my employee Mark, and things are going really well. We're hitting like between 12 to 13K a month in the recurring mowing revenue. And then on top of that, we do like property cleanups, booked out for about 3 weeks. Just stuff like cutting shrubs, cutting brush back, not cutting, trimming shrubs, cutting brush back. Little landscaping projects like edging some beds, putting some mulch down, nothing too fancy. So got those booked out for about 3 weeks. And I really feel like the business is in a place where I could hire another person, like a part-time person, because the way the schedule works right now, I have 40 budgeted hours, on average 40 budgeted hours of like mowing and like recurring work, where every week we show up and like pick some weeds, do the mowing, maybe cut some shrubs back. That's about 40 hours a week right now. And usually, like on a really good day, we can get like, the two of us can get like 13 to 13 and a half budgeted hours done a day. So 2 guys, 13 to 13 and a half budgeted hours a day. We do about $1,000 a day in revenue, like a 30 to 35% profit margin. So that's kind of how the model is set up right now. But what I'm thinking is, I just bought a second truck and I'm not really using it. Is sort of the problem. I added like an extra $1,000 in overhead onto the business. So like the truck payment, the truck insurance, then I also switched to like a new little shop location. So my question right now is, should I take the risk and try to hire a part-time employee who's gonna like increase my capacity? So what I can do in a week, he's gonna increase the capacity, right? So it'd be like him and my full-time guy. They'd probably do about the 39 hours or the 40 hours of the lawns each week, like 3 days a week. And then my full-time guy would help me like a couple other days a week doing projects and stuff, which he likes because I do the revenue sharing and he earns a little bit more. But on the flip side of that, there's a big risk. One, like the work becomes a lot more inefficient and they can't really hit $1,000 a day. 2, I don't add enough jobs to keep myself busy. So like I don't add enough like property cleanups and stuff to keep myself busy. And so therefore like I don't need the part-time employee anymore because I could be doing the work and it could be very profitable. But my gut is kind of telling me like, hey, like to grow the business, I need to spend more of my week on growing the business, like doing door hangers, door knocking, putting up yard signs, things like that, so I can actually add more customers so I can fill my schedule and their schedule and grow the top line revenue to cover that overhead cost. Like May and June, I did like 50,000 total, like 26 and 24. But that includes like project deposits for like July and August, or July, August, and September actually. So if I really want to hit that like monthly revenue goal, like without the project deposits, like a pure like 25,000 like revenue or invoiced like that month, I think I gotta hire someone and then just sell like crazy. Just do property cleanups, door knocking, find people whose lawn guys like quit because it's really hot, stuff like that, to grow the business even more. And then I'll also have someone ready when like the demand picks back up again in October and November for leaf cleanups. And I could also have someone who can help me out with snow if things fall through in the winter. Like an employee or something goes wrong with me even, I could have someone to kind of back me up with the snow removal. So that's my thought on the business right now, because if I could do that, I could hit about 200K, get like 60 grand in the bank, and then deploy it into marketing for next year to maybe hire a couple more people to really grow the business and just do mowing. Like just mow, leaves, snow, keep it really simple. That's kind of where my head's at right now with the business. It's just tough because I just took a vacation, but I'm getting back into it. It's really expensive to hire someone. There's so many things you don't think about. There's like just paying Indeed to recruit them in the first place. I probably paid like $1,000 to Indeed this year. Get resumes on my desk. There's uniforms, which I was paying like I was paying to get like custom Vistaprint t-shirts, really expensive, like $25 each. You know, someone might need like 4 a week with the brand and logo. So I kind of stopped doing that because they also took like 3 weeks to get here. So now I'm just going with like these red long sleeve shirts. They don't really have a logo, but at least it's red and it all kind of matches. So it's like uniforms, Indeed. Training them costs a lot because your production goes down. So if I spend 10 days or 2 weeks training someone, it's going to cost a lot in terms of like the amount of revenue that I could bring in for those 2 weeks. And then they might like not even work out. Like I had 2 guys this spring, for whatever reason, it just wasn't working out after about 10 to 14 days. And unfortunately I had to let them go, which was not fun at all. But there's real risk in hiring someone. Like you basically spend your opportunity like a couple $2,000-3,000 if you pick the wrong person, and they might quit. Like it's not like you always have to like let them go, but they might quit because it's not a right fit, they can't do the work, something like that. So there is real risk there, in terms of like wiping out like profit in the business with like training someone and investing in someone. But I think I've gotten better with people. Like I learned really quickly this spring with the couple people I hired and it didn't work out. I learned quickly, like, because it was very stressful, and it was almost like I had got the SEO in a really good place. I had gotten the business online in a really good place. So I was like ranking really well on Google. I was getting a lot of leads for completely free just from organic search, which was awesome. I didn't have to spend that much money or time on marketing. But I had so many leads coming in, and I was hiring guys and they weren't showing up, or they were cutting out early all the time, or they just couldn't do the work. And that was a very stressful period, and almost forced me, like that personal development part, it forced me to start really evaluating people when I was interviewing them. And luckily I've had a lot of success with Mark, and I think he's had a lot of success too in the job. Now I gotta find another person, and then it's gonna add another layer where like I'm not gonna be in the truck doing the work every day. They're gonna be doing the work, and I'm not gonna be like the quality control on the site every single time anymore. So I'm gonna have to figure out how to make sure they're performing the work at a high standard. And I feel like that comes down to leadership. Like I gotta incentivize them and show them why doing high quality work keeps the customers happy. Keeping customers happy keeps the route density high. When the route density is high, you get the work done a lot more efficiently. And when the work is done efficiently, the way I compensate them, they get paid more, like the more efficient. They're not paid more like overall, but more per hour the more efficient they are. That's where my head's at right now. I just gotta keep it in the game. I just gotta focus on like finding someone, training them, having them work with Mark, keeping the whole thing efficient so they're still hitting the numbers, and then finding more work for myself to do, because I can just trim shrubs, do property cleanups. I work super efficiently because I'm the owner and my time is valuable. And I know that if I do a fixed bid, like I want to get it done at a very high quality, but I still want to get it done as fast as possible, to free up my time for other things, like personal things, business things. So that's where my head's at today. Today's July 15th, I think. It's 2026. Had a great day mowing overall. Like the mowing, like Mark and I are locked in. We're knocking it out. We're hitting that $1,000 a day. We're hitting that $1,000 a day number. It's going really well. I just got to keep my foot on the gas. Just don't let up. Do not let up. And avoiding self-doubt, to be honest. That's like the biggest blocker is yourself. It's you. It really is. It's like your body, like on so many levels. It's like your body can get tired. You can get tired mentally and like not take care of your body. And then the work becomes harder. You just ask yourself if you want to quit because you can't do this anymore because the work is hard, and the work is so possible. Like I'm almost 30 and I can still do this all day, every day for 5 to 6 days a week. So that's like layer one, is like physically, can you keep your head in it? And then two, it's like mentally, like there are some days where customers are pissed off at you, your employee's pissed off at you, your employee doesn't want to work. Like you gotta be mentally tough to say, hey, we're gonna get through this and we're going to do this together, or I'm going to solve the problem for you because I care about you as the customer. And we're going to move forward, and we're going to keep giving you great service, or we're going to keep moving forward because we want to earn that money. Like, we want to get forward in life. You got to keep your eye on the prize mentally. Even in a small business like this. I know to some people it probably sounds silly, because what the fuck, like, this is a, not what the fuck, what the heck, this is a small business. Like, it's not like I'm running the world here, but that's what it feels like when you're running a small business. Like, this is your world. Keep your eyes on the long-term game. The long-term game. I don't know how, I do not know how people run like larger enterprises. Like the people that run Microsoft, the people that run these companies that actually have impact in the world, I don't know how they sleep at night. Like, I don't know how people like the CEO of Microsoft, I don't know how he sleeps. Like, I don't sleep at night, or I do sleep at night, but sometimes I stay up late thinking about like my customers and like making sure the lawns are done properly so that they're happy. I don't know how these CEOs of these companies, like Microsoft has operating systems probably for like the US government, they use computers for like national security, not only that, like healthcare, hospitals. And if something goes wrong with like a Microsoft, I don't know anything about computers, but if something goes wrong with a Microsoft, how does like the CEO of Microsoft sleep at night knowing people could get seriously hurt if like his computer goes wrong? Or like people that Boeing, for example, their airplanes, if their airplane, there's a mistake in the electrical wiring of the airplane, it can kill, and it has, and it does, and I just don't get it. I'm like, a different type of person. But you gotta just focus on what you're doing. You gotta focus on your business. Drive yourself forward. Another thing I don't understand is how like the operational complexity and like the trust it takes, like the scale of an organization, like that builds a plane, for example. Like running a lawn care business is like small potatoes. Like operationally, it's very simple compared to building an airplane. It's so simple, and yet it's a struggle for a number of reasons. But comparatively, like building an airplane is insane. Like the skills that the technicians need, the engineer, this not only the technicians, the engineers, management, operations, safety, government, like all these different departments working together to make something that flies, that carries like hundreds of people every day. Like sometimes it's like is that all just in someone's mind? Like are the leaders of those companies, is it all just in their head? I guess they have a lot of systems and operations, but that's another thing I'm learning, is that a lot of systems just come down to the person and how they interpret the rules, how they interpret the system themselves, and their character, and like how they view the world, and what they think is right, and what they think should be done. It's more of a human thing than like every system is just like words on a piece of paper that tell you what to do, but it's up to the person to decide if they're going to do the right thing. And just like at that size and scale of complexity, I'm just blown away sometimes thinking about it, like how those leaders like fit that all into their heads and trust the people down below. Like, how could you trust, right? Like, we're trusting people who are mowing lawns, but there are some people who like wire and do engineering calculations to make sure a plane doesn't fall out of the sky. Like, how could you sleep at night and always just trust that those people are doing the right thing? That's tough. Yeah. Well, that's what I was thinking about today. Just another video log for the day in the business. Maybe post some footage of what we're doing out here today. Just mowing some lawns. doing some weed whackers. There's so many videos of people mowing lawns and weed whacking. I'm like, what's even the point? Like, we've all seen someone ride a lawnmower and weed whack a property. It's just like, it's a bit overdone. We gotta get some thinkers in the lawn care community, some thinkers and some conversation. There's a lot of us, you know. We have numbers. We could be a voting bloc in the U.S. government. We could all come together and elect like one representative in one state, and then swing, or like one senator, and we could swing the entire vote if all the lawn care professionals voted together. I'm not even joking. There's probably enough people, but we all don't live in the same state. That's not really important. Or it is important, but that idea isn't important. To get all the lawn care professionals to vote together, but we can just do conferences. But there are leaders out there. Like, there's thought leaders talking in lawn care and landscaping. Like, what if Mike Andes and Keith Kalfas were like, yeah, oh, by the way, yeah, everyone who watches these videos, yeah, go vote for this person. Then would the government start, like, regulating lawn care and landscaping? That'd be really funny if that happened. Like, regulating, like, mowing. Yeah, sorry, no more, you can't trim shrubs without a license. Because you all voted together to sway the political system. I guess that kind of happens with like unions or something. That's kind of what like unions do. The lawn care and landscaping union, they're involved in the political system. There's just a lot of them, and they're concentrated in like specific industries, like a whole factory, or like a whole industry in like some certain states. Hey, they do things. But that's all I got today. That's all I got.